You won't ask me to.
We won't always be the ones who gon' pay for our decisions. Sometimes it be our children, gotta pay it back with interest. It's tough being a dad when as a man nobody listens. You do right, that's expected. Fuck up, you better fix it, I'm just venting. My children show me love without condition. I can never understand the things that made my dad grow distant. I'm at every baseball game, cheerleading competition. That sparkle in their eye turns from a dream into a vision. Y'all don't get it, the world we living in, it be confusing me. No deadbeats around here, we co-parent beautifully. A new dad era, we active in our community. I know it's tough providing and stressful every time you gotta sit your pride aside. It makes it worth it when they smile. I can't let my daughter down, I won't let my daughter down. The way some people treat children, it be hard to digest. A lot of choices that I made are weighing on my conscience. Shout out to sports, shout out to Firehead for the podcast. Moving forward, I'ma always be a dad in progress, the dip.
Welcome to another episode of Dads in Progress podcast. I'm your host, Sport, and I'm here with my guys. How we feeling today, fellas?
Feeling good, man. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm here. How you feeling, Fi?
Oh, man, I'm blessed to be here with the guys, man.
Absolutely.
You know
Who
what I
we
mean?
got here? We got a special guest today. We've been popping it with the guests for a little while. Who we got, Fi?
We got my man Rich down here today, man. You know what I mean? Great company, man. I'm just so happy he answered that phone call.
Welcome.
And the good thing about it is, like, he tapped back in with me. You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying?
that.
So, you know, it's always a great feeling, man, to get the guys come down there and share their story, man, and, you know what I mean, drop some gems on it. So, but,
Absolutely.
you know, I ain't going to talk too much, man. Give us something, man. Tell us about yourself,
Yeah,
Rich.
tell us
who
about
you
yourself,
are.
Rich McKoy. How
Brief
we doing?
introduction.
So I'm Richard McKoy, also known as Richard Rolex or Rolo. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm an entrepreneur,
There you go.
a former street dude, rapping evangelist. I do a little bit of everything, but those are the top things.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, before we get started, I do want to thank you. Every time we can get men to
Absolutely.
come up here, we appreciate it. You give us our time to tell your story and, you know, bless us with your presence.
Yeah, and I respect the fact that y'all even created this space for us to come on here and
Yeah,
do
for
this.
sure, for
Appreciate
sure.
it.
But let's get right to it. We ain't gonna waste too much time. Tell us how it's been. You know, you backtrack early 2000s. You was more of a rapper, and what was like the big pivotal point that made you really like change your life around? I see when you started, you said first thing, you know, I'm a father first.
Mhm.
Like, what happened that made you do a 360 from being in the streets to like being a changed man?
Finding a relationship with God. But to get a little bit more into it, so I was in the streets, I was running around. I loved it. It was fun. But I came to a point where God started to sit me down. He started to just let little things happen to sit me down. And one time he set me down, gave me that time to really think about what I'm doing, think about the impact that I'm having on the youth and everybody that's coming after me. And I couldn't really rock with the message I was giving out no more. So I gave my life to Christ, and then I started to turn everything around. I found my amazing wife, and she helped a lot with that, having that support and because where I'm from, everybody Muslim. So to have that support on my walk, and when you married, your spouse is like a mirror. So all the ugly things about myself, I see that in my wife. Well, not in my wife, but it reflects myself off my wife.
Right.
So I was able to work on myself and just be a better human being.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I seen like your story and stuff like that, like Philly is a predominantly like I say a lot of Muslims come here,
Yeah.
especially when you come from like the hood and like the poverty.
Yeah.
I think it's one and two things with like the jails and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you've been in and out the system, it almost became like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
What made you, you know, how you find your journey with like the Lord? Like,
So first, I actually tried Islam because I was at a point in my life, I wanted a relationship with God. I don't even know why, because I felt like I had everything that I wanted. I had all the money, all the women, all the cars, everything, houses. I bought my first house at 19 years old, so I was doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
So, but it just goes to show you that without God, all that stuff don't even matter, because I still felt something was missing. So I needed a relationship with God. Everybody around me was Muslim. I got brothers that's Muslim. And of course, I'm going to lean to the first thing that's near me first. So I tried it out. A friend of mine invited me to his house. So I'm praying with him. I'm trying to learn this thing. Him and his wife were teaching me how to read and just doing everything. But it was never just clicking for me. Like, it was no relationship. I was doing it. It was like, kind of like, felt like military. I was doing it, but I wasn't receiving anything back. It wasn't a relationship. So one day, she wasn't my wife at this time. We was living together though. And I didn't go to trap this day. I wasn't trapping. I stayed in the house. It was on a Sunday. So she like, babe, I'm about to go to church. Can you just go with me? At this time, I didn't know, but there was spiritual warfare going on within me. Yeah. And I didn't know what she was talking about, but so she started crying. So I called my man Yacht. He passed away now, but I called my man Yacht. He was Muslim too. I'm like, yo, bro, she acting crazy. Like, she trying to get me to go to church. I already told her that I'm not about to be no churchy boy. Like, I ain't trapping today. I stayed in the house to spend time with her. She gonna leave and go to church? He like, bro, just go. So he Muslim and tell me to go to church.
Right.
Once I go to church,
friend right there.
Once I go to this church, when I say I feel like God went out his way to show me he was real. Because I'm like a person that you got to show me. Yeah. I overthink. So you have to show me like that this is real. So when I went in this church, I can't even sit here and explain to y'all the stuff that was happening because it's not scientifically impossible. It's not scientifically possible.
Right.
But he was doing so much stuff that I never turned back from church ever since. I've been in church ever since that day.
Wow.
What year was that?
Don't get me the line. My memory don't go there. I can't remember dates and all that too good.
I was about to say, was it like easy? Because like you said, God to give you like signs to tell you, like try to sit you down and get you away from this, then the third. But sometimes we don't listen to him. Like we be like, no, I'm like you said, you was in the street, the money fast, this, then the third. And like, was it easy for you to listen to the signs or like,
it wasn't easy. Right. That's why he had to sit me down a lot of times. But the last time he sat me down, I was at the bar. It was called, was it J&S? Whatever bar down north. I was at the bar and I'm leaving the bar. I'm drunk. There's a few females was following me home. I fell asleep at the light at 52nd and Parkside. I believe that. I fell asleep at the light. Cop pulled up on the side of me. Wake me up, knock on the window, wake me up. I get out the car. He'd say, look, do this, put one foot up. I do everything he asked me to do. And I feel like I'm doing it right, but I probably wasn't. But I feel like I'm doing it right. So once he like, all right, turn around, put the handcuffs on. So now the first thing in my mind, I always ran. Anytime I got anything with the cops, I ran every time. Yeah. And I look around, make sure I had a good little place to run. It was like a bridge right there. Y'all know that bridge right there, 52nd Parkside?
Right there.
And over the bridge is just street or ground or whatever.
Yeah.
I jumped over that jump. I ran, I jumped over it. I'm in the air like, this is not what I thought it was. I thought it was short because when you on, your judgment is different.
Right, for sure.
So once I'm in the air, I'm like, this is Superman not what I thought, but it's too late. I'm already, it's here. So I hit the floor, boom. Adrenaline rushing, I bounce right back up. I start running, but then I can feel my leg ain't really there no more. So I'm hopping. And then I hopped as much as I could hop, I dived into the bushes. Cops come around, they laughing at me. They walked around, came down, locked me up. So I'm locked up in the back of the paddy wagon, broke all up. I broke my femur. My ankle was dislocated. But after that, I was sitting down in the house for some time. It helped me to see who was there for me, who wasn't there, what I was doing wrong. It just helped me to reevaluate my life.
Reflect, man.
And so that was a real pivotal accident right there.
So to touch on that, man, like, you know, we followed each other for a long time. You know, we grew up, man, brothers from the mud. But I came across a video, I want to say probably like 2 years ago, where, you know, you was dancing and you was having fun, right? But you was sober. Yeah. You said the sober life, you know, it just feels good to have fun and not have a sip of alcohol. Facts. You know what I mean? So just being able to touch on that situation. Tell us how that been, man, just being able to transition to the sober life, man.
So that was actually major. I really thank God for delivering me from the alcohol because most of my life, I got introduced to alcohol, I think I was like 14 by my Spanish family used to live across the street from me. You know, they start everything a little early, but so they introduced me to it. It was Bacardi, I think Bacardi Limon or something like that. Ever since, I've been drinking, right? And I'm like naturally, I was a shy person all my life. I was just reserved, fall back, do my thing, stay out the way. The alcohol brought that other side out me and had me the life of the party.
Absolutely.
So when we
talked
throwing
about that
festivals and we at the bar, we really popping. But I'm like the life of the party, but really I'm the quietest one. Like if you ever would have seen any of us, I'm in the background.
Right.
Just chilling. But when the alcohol activate, I'm the life of the party and we doing it. And the video you talking about was so major to me because that was the first time I realized, like, yo, I really don't need liquor.
Yeah.
Like, I really can enjoy myself and be a regular human being, enjoying myself without alcohol.
Absolutely.
When I thought I needed this for all these years.
Yeah.
That's something that a lot of people go through, like that liquid coverage. That's what it's called.
Yeah, and I couldn't even have fun without it
Yeah.
when I was in that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I could be going, you can invite me to a baby shower or invite me to the podcast. I couldn't come without drinking first.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was like my crutch. Like I needed that to socialize because other than that, I'd rather just be quiet.
Yeah.
Right.
I ain't really got too much bread.
Yeah.
But now I'm able to socialize. I'm able to dance and I'm able to do stuff that I love without
the liquor.
like, yeah, so.
I think that's critical too, being able to always reflect like how far you came.
Yeah.
I think that's major in men that see like your journey and not only just walk it, but be able to reflect on it and then keep you on a straight path.
Yeah.
But this is a dad podcast and we cannot go without talking about fatherhood. Tell us about fatherhood.
So fatherhood is very vital to me. I feel like that's kind of like my reason.
Yeah.
Because I always like coming up, I'm like it is what it is type boy. I don't really care when it comes to me personally. So everything that I do is for my children, my wife, and for those that's coming after me. Because personally, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like I done risked my life thousands of times, near death, all I didn't really care. But now I have things to care about.
Purpose. Right.
Absolutely.
I feel that.
I feel like about fatherhood, because I believe that that's one of my ministries, I feel like I get tried the most in my fatherhood. Like, there's a lot into fatherhood, but any stressors in my life, most of them are coming from fatherhood.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I think that's something that you just always learning in general, just being a dad. Like,
Yeah. Dad's in progress.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
But my children really, they everything to me, man. They really everything.
How many you got? Let us know.
3 boys.
3 boys.
3 boys.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
boy.
it, or
Captain.
We ain't gonna stop yet. My wife want one more. But depending on the circumstances, I can do about 5, 6 more.
Yeah.
That's how I wanted to be. I wanted to be.
always say that.
I wanted to have a whole bunch of kids, man. I stopped at 3, but you know.
Yeah, because I ain't have like a huge family.
Yeah.
So when I'm gone, I want to leave a whole lot of children so that the McKoy
Can live
thing
on.
can go
Legacy.
far. The
Yeah.
legacy can go.
Absolutely.
That's like a thing of the past, like having big families. I think
Yeah.
economy and stuff like that has like got people away from that. But
Yeah.
we grew up and, our parents had 10, 11 kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, more shots in the shots at it. Yeah,
The academy and people be like a lot of people growing up selfish now. Like they just want to be,
yeah.
To themselves and not.
We equate like parenthood is like just like sacrifice. When it's beauty in it, and it's, it's happiness in it.
Yeah,
like I feel like what
sacrifice.
it is a lot of sacrifice,
Really
but
is.
I think we hone too much in on the sacrifice and not how much joy and like you said, purpose we get from being a dad. Like it's very purposeful.
Yeah.
I think just from reviewing like your content and all that when Fi first told us about this, and I've seen your stuff before I even followed you and all that, so I do want to give you kudos to that. Like you have a prominent page and a prominent following on Instagram and stuff like that, and just on the internet at all. So I do want you to feel like that, because I know it's kind of, and I can ask you, I don't want to speak for you. It can be discouraging when you see so many things that's like portraying like negative and things like that, and that get glorified so much. And I think you have a positive message, and I think it's like, it's quote unquote to some people like corny to be a person who, who glorify being married, glorify being a husband, glorify being spiritual and walking in the path of God and stuff like that. Can you speak on that? Like how you...
Yeah, it's absolutely, it gets frustrating at times because it feel like it felt like I'm swimming up a downhill stream, like, because the whole world they love opposite of everything that I'm doing, but it means so much to me that I ain't gonna stop. So regardless of who like it, regardless of who with it or whatever, I'm gonna do me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And
Speak about go ahead.
And I was just gonna say it's really needed. It's necessary because if everybody that's doing what I'm doing get discouraged, who gonna be the light in the midst of the darkness?
Yeah, for sure. That's something we battle with our podcast too, because we speak on, positive things and all that. And, sometimes the negative stuff get all the reaction and get all the clicks and all that. So, but speak on being married. I think that's something that men don't really put to the forefront as much as we should. Like it's like a side note when you be like, oh yeah, I'm married. Yeah. But I feel like you put that to the forefront. Like, even you bringing your wife here, like that's something like, you know what I mean? Like it's like that was the first thing when I saw you pull up. I'm like, oh, he got his wife here. Like that's something like speak about your marriage. You ain't gotta just cause she here now. But
and before you go, just like modeling though, like you know what I'm saying, like I'm not married, right? But that's a goal. But just to see you walking down the street with your wife and holding her hand, it's like, damn, I got it.
Sure.
Like, you feel me? I might be on. I'm always on the right side of the street. Yeah. But I want to be able to secure that because like, you role model in certain things. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're not only posting about it on Instagram, but like you
living it.
Yeah, you living it on display.
Yeah. And so it's like things like that like, make men tighten up.
No, for sure. And what I want to say about marriage is beautiful. It's definitely beautiful. Mm-hmm. But it's probably the hardest thing I ever did in my life. And it goes back to what I said. My wife is the mirror. Nobody want to see themselves. Don't nobody want to do better.
Right.
Yeah.
We got natural manly instincts that want multiple people. We got naturally manly instincts that want to just do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And I can't do that. A lot of people talk about the word submission and they put like a negative connotation on it. I submit to my wife. Not in a way that my wife controls me. Mm-hmm. I submit to Christ. My wife submit to me, but I also submit to her. Right. So, for example, before I make a decision, before I do anything, I'm considering my wife.
Absolutely.
And my kids. I can't. I'm a grown man now. I can't really just move off of my emotions or move off of my selfish ambition. I have to consider who I got at home because what I do ultimately affects them too.
Sure. That's the truth.
And yeah, I just want people to know that submitting ain't just like people think that people controlling or forcing you. It's honor.
Yeah.
I honor my wife. My wife honor me. I respect my wife, so I don't want to do nothing out here that is going to disrespect my wife or have her in the house looking salty or wrong. That's my way of submitting to my wife, just being mindful of her.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's thorough. Like a lot of people think the other way, the opposite way is the third way, but that's actually like real thorough. Like the honor your wife and make sure that you don't disrespect her in no way. Like that's really thorough and people glorify the other way. You know what I'm saying? A lot and people really think that's thorough, but no, that's not the third way at all.
People don't realize when you lift up your woman, you ultimately lifting up yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
So if I submit to her, she ultimately submit to me. If I honor her, she ultimately honors me.
Absolutely.
If I pour into her, she gonna be able to pour into me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Too many times people be wanting that mirror, that all those things mirrored, but don't present it.
Right.
So you want all this stuff from your spouse, your wife, but you ain't doing those things for her.
Right.
And we just, I'm the man. You supposed to do that.
Right.
No, like you said, you have to mirror what's displayed. Absolutely. Yeah, I understand that.
Ultimately, as the man, yes, I have the final say, but still, I'm gonna consider what my wife say.
For sure.
And we're gonna make these decisions together.
For sure.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I might have to trump everything, but that's once in a while. I don't abuse the power that I do have. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that. Yeah.
And shout out to your wife too, man, for being able to be that support, man, and being able to understand it because we come from an era now where a lot of women really don't understand that either. Or maybe it might be their personal experiences, their family. How they was brought up, their trauma, things that they wasn't healed from, how their mom was, their grandmom was. So, shout out to the great wives, that's able to understand that. And, like you said, it's not about falling in line, but it's teamwork.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Ain't nobody got an upper hand. Like, I'm not over you, you're not over me, we in this together. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think when you figure those things out, like you said, is the hardest thing you've done, but it just makes things easier and a lot of joy come in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just like I think men are raised polar opposite. Like we raised to be players, you know, sow your oats and, you know, how many chicks you got. I think we don't have a lot of us don't come from the structure of like, you know, honor your wife and have a family and build that we view that as like later on things, not like
you're absolutely right. And I'm glad you said that because you reminded me that I never seen none of the stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
So this is all just by the grace of God and me just maturing in God.
And
like,
that's a struggle too, right?
Yeah, for sure. I don't feel like if I wasn't on this faith walk, I don't think my marriage would be where it's at right now.
I understand that.
It's like, it's God doing the pruning in me. It's God adorning me to help me to be the husband and the father that I am. I couldn't do it without him. I know for sure I could.
Yeah. I always say that in my own walk, that like the most discouraging thing the hardest thing about being a father is not being set an example of a father, but I also have to give myself grace into that. Like you said, you just learning, like, you know what I mean? Like, so, and things like that, like when you basically setting a path, like you building a path that your kids and your sons will walk through, but that's the example that wasn't set for you.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that. I respect that, definitely.
And it get hard. It get real hard.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I got to think about my why every time it get hard. Go to God, like, God, I need the strength. It's getting real hard. I'm getting weak. Give me some strength and keep it moving. Yeah. But I can't give up on it though.
Talk about being an evangelist ministry and stuff like that.
How
did that come about?
So when I first started going to the church, remember I said all that stuff happened, and I didn't turn away from church ever since. I served as a armor bearer first. So I was basically like kind of protecting the pastor at first. And then it just was like, my whole process was expedited. Like I figured God said, look, you done lived a 50-year-old man life. You done did everything that is able to do out here. Sit down, do this, then this, then this. So he took me from an armor bearer to deacon to this, and now I'm at evangelist. And he just using everything all the gifts and everything that he instilled in me that I used to use for what I wanted to do before. Right. He using that now for me to evangelize and bring people to him.
That's dope. I think that's too, like when you get involved with things and stuff like that, that same effort you put out running the streets and things like that, you mirror that effort in something positive. And that's key.
Mm-hmm. I had a question for you already. So, you know, with you being able to, you know, take this role, and really be committed to your religion, right? It's a saying that I really been experiencing lately, like everybody can't go. Right. So just tell us about that. Like you being able to change your environment, you know, the people you hang with, the people you know, enjoy being with, you know, friends, family. Talk about it. Like everybody can go. Like how did you experience that?
So what I want to say to that, and this is a real, like, this is emotional joint for me, because at the beginning of my walk, God had to kind of put me in a isolation, right? I understand this now, but at that time I didn't understand. So I had to separate myself from everybody that I was with every day. And I didn't have an explanation for them. So they probably just think I'm acting weird or I'm acting nutty.
First thing you
do. Even to this day, my relationship with a whole lot of people is not the same because of that season I had to go through. But I understand now why I had to go through that. Because, for example, right, if I was getting high, say I was smoking crack, I can't get off of crack if I'm going to the crack house every day.
Right.
So he had to separate me from people that's doing all the stuff that I used to do. That's the only way I can deliver you, Rich. Like, I had to separate you.
Yeah.
And that part, that was like the hardest part for me. Because I love hard. I ride for my homies, my folks, I love hard. So that part was really hard that I had to separate, and not only separate, but I can't even explain it because I didn't know it was happening at that time.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure that the narrative is, oh, your girl got you, now you won't come around.
I'm pretty sure that was some people's thoughts.
Yeah. Some people would be like, oh, I don't know what happened. You changed because the woman you with or whatever the case may be. Or you, like, people don't see the end result, so they don't know what's going on. I think that's the thing men struggle with anyway. When your season require you to change and it requires you to disappear for a little while, people don't know how to do that. Like, you know, get going for a little while to put your head down and get things done. Yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things too, man. Like, it's just shines the light on just being able to stand on your own too, man.
Yeah.
Trust your own too. Trust God, trust your wife, trust your family. You know, it's just, we got to bring that back, bro. Like you said, man, we glorifying so many different things, man. Everybody want to be followers. Everybody want to go with the trend saying, you know, the rappers, the music and different things like that. You know, standing on your own too don't mean you perfect, but you just, you want to live right. You know what I mean? You want to do the right thing. So we want to shine a light on that, bro. I want to give you your flowers, bro.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like, I don't know if we can clap. Like, I don't know if you can do like a little clapping joint, but we gotta give you your flowers for that, bro. Like, that's basically like what we bringing the men up here for, man. Like, we want to change the narrative on some things. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Well, tell us about the music. Like, you know, how the music has changed from Richie Rolex to how you doing now, and it's a total 360.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people change their life, but they maintain an image. Like, it's a world of you being changed and going to church and being saved and all that, and still have this image of rapping about these things. And I think when I saw that, like, you had like more Christian rap and stuff, like, I was like, damn, like, oh, this is like, it's really encompass of your whole life. Like, it's not just a portion of your life. So talk about the music.
So when I used to rap, gangster rap, that was what I was living in that time. And I'm like a very honest person. So I couldn't sit here and still rap about that, knowing that that's not what I'm living no more. That's not what I stand by no more. I actually don't, like, the only reason why I keep my old music up is so that people can see where I came from.
For sure.
But I do not want nobody to take that old message and think that that's still okay.
Yeah, I understand.
And I know that some people just ain't there yet, and I understand, I respect that. But I don't want nobody to just think that the stuff I used to say was okay.
Yeah.
And I used to glorify it. Like, I had a it's like my little cousin, little brother, whatever I want to call him. But I took a ride with him one day. Well, I took him with me on a ride. He was helping me move some stuff. He like, I feel some type of way because you changed your life. And I was watching you. Like, I grew up watching you. He was my young boy. I grew up watching you. I couldn't wait to get old enough to drink with you. I couldn't wait to get old enough to hit some chicks with you. I couldn't wait to get old enough to do these things. And now that I'm old enough, you changed.
Damn.
And that hit me like, dang, I really was out here pushing a whole wrong
message. Yeah, like,
so it's like, now to this day I changed, but a whole lot of people that I led that way still ain't changed. So that really that affect me sometimes.
How was the transition though from the gangster to the, like, as far as like the writing and creating, like, was it hard to transition from that life to like now what you rapping about and stuff like that?
I would say it was a little bit difficult, but because I'm on a faith walk, I'm getting the content the whole time to be able to talk about.
Absolutely.
But it definitely was difficult because I done built a fan base over here. Yeah. So now if I start over here, and then 9 times out of 10, everybody over here was Muslim. So if I start this now, I'm gonna lose everybody over here. Yeah. Don't nobody really want to start back at ground zero. But I just had to make the decision. I don't like to say that I'm real, but I'm real. And I can't do nothing that's not real. Yeah. So whether I'm gonna benefit off this or not, I can't do it if I don't stand on it. I wouldn't respect myself.
For sure.
If I go ahead and preach this old message I was preaching, I don't care. You can give me $1 million, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Understand that.
I'm not doing it.
Understand that.
Yeah, man. That's respectable, bro. That's respectable,
Absolutely.
man.
Go ahead.
What you?
I just wanted to ask, like, have you seen the impact of your change anybody around you? Like, have you been able to, and that's not saying that you have to, maybe the reality is people around you haven't changed. Have you felt like somebody said, like, damn, I seen Rich make this change and it has impacted me in a positive way, and it made me change my life? Have you been able to bring people to walk the path and find God? And
for sure. And
it's a great question too, Spurt.
There's a lot that come and take the walk, not with me, but on their own. And then there's a lot that I do impact in some way, but they just, because it takes a lot of strength and willpower to really go on a faith walk.
Absolutely.
So it's something that impacted, dang, Rich, you really blessed me with that. You really touched me with that, but they still stay with that. Yeah. That's just how it goes. Everybody won't get it, and some people get it at different times.
For sure. Yeah. For sure, yeah. I think that's major. And just some people, just like you said, you can't touch everybody, and then your time and then everybody else's time and ain't the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
sure.
should be a slow burn. So
Yeah,
it'd be like,
yeah,
you know,
sure.
some people get it later and realize
Yeah,
like,
sure.
yo, Rich was on to something the whole time. Yeah.
But I feel like God has been using my life itself to evangelize. Like me just not even intentionally trying to evangelize, just me just living my regular life on social media. People just DM me and it be blessing them in that way. And I wasn't even trying to. I just was living my regular life.
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful that he's able to use my regular life to do his will.
How do that feel though? It gotta feel good.
I feel
like
purposeful now.
Yeah.
Like before, I used to chase money.
Mm-hmm.
I used to chase women because it was a false sense of purpose. It was self-esteem. Everything was into those things I was chasing.
Mm-hmm.
Now he gave me purpose. So I feel not only just secure, but I feel valuable in my own life.
Yeah.
Like I ain't gotta have all the money. I ain't gotta have all the women. I ain't gotta have all the cars. I feel like I'm doing my purpose and I'm fulfilling the calling that's on my life.
Yeah. That's how I felt about going to therapy. Like it's something like it was a secret.
Yeah.
And like, yo, I done tapped into something that I think I need to share with
Yeah.
people. So it's like, you know, it's definitely like that. Yeah. But you got something for I hope?
Yeah. I had like one more question, man. Like I said, man, we when we came here, man, my biggest thing is like you definitely like a day one homie, bro. You know what I mean? I know we ain't seen each other since kids, but you know, the physical distance don't change nothing. Like I mean, we salute each other, you know what I mean, off the socials. But one thing I wanted to do, man, was give you flowers, man. Let's talk about the community, bro. Like, big in the community. Like, I'm big on that. Like, I'm trying to step into my community more. You know what I mean? I live out Delaware, but I still got, you know, my heart and soul is in Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, right? But one thing that you did that was like so legendary, right? Putting a store and businesses in your neighborhood, right? A store and businesses in your neighborhood. Like where you like literally the corner of your block, you can walk to it. Tell us how that was, man, that feeling, and you know, just walk us through that, man.
So that actually, it meant a lot to me because I never had that example like, oh, I seen such and such do a store, let me do that. So it felt great that I was able to be that example for the young boys. Like, I ain't gotta sell dope to get the Benz or whatever the case may be. I can go do what Rich did and open a store, or I can just expand their minds a little bit.
Yeah.
But that store is closed now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people would look at that like a failure, but I would never look at that as a failure because it's been open successfully for all of these years, providing jobs, even when I might not have been making nothing off it. So it was the last like 3-4 years of that business, I wasn't making nothing. But I was okay because the people that I put in there and hired in there was making money, taking care of their family.
Yeah.
So I couldn't just be selfish and been close it because I wasn't making it because it's taking care of other people.
Yeah, that's impactful, like you said, to see people that, you know, is routes to get to those things of entrepreneurship other than just, you know, selling dope or slinging dope. Like, that's not the only way. Like, I think we only think that you need a basketball, you need some drugs to get some of the things. And I think that's the thing that our community lack, like real positive ways of getting out. They tell you the working man, that's too slow. That money too slow. You can't make it that way and stuff like that.
And the working man be winning.
Yeah. I mean, I was having a conversation with my little brother, and he in his way of like transitioning out the streets, and I was like, you know, he told me he did his first double of his life. He like 25. He like, I ain't never did a double before. He did his first double, and I'm like, yeah, you tired, but you know, you can go home and don't have to worry about nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, you can, if you want to sleep, you can sleep. You want to go, you like, it's power in that peace. It's power in that freedom that you won't risk and stuff like that. Yeah. Talk about mentorship. I know you offer mentorship classes and stuff like that.
Mentorship is amazing. Another amazing thing, and I love to do because it's helping other people. And I really I get blessed the most when I'm fulfilling purpose, and I feel like helping other people is another purpose that's on my life.
For sure.
Me and my wife do marital coaching. I'll do financial mentorship. So I'll be having a lot going on, but everything kind of ties in with ministry.
Yeah, I think that's heavy too, like marital coaching, because like it's hard to find people our age that's like married and like successful and stuff like that. And when you try to relate to people that's way older, they don't. A lot of times they don't tell you that they, you know, daddy got another family and we made it through it. They tell you that they got 20 years in, but they don't tell you how they got the 20 years. And you know, it's just like viewed as like, oh, it's perfect. And I think when you deal with people that mirror your age group and stuff like that, it's a good thing to see people that young.
Yeah.
I think mentorship and wise counsel are some of the really important things in life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And being able like youth to relate to people. Like you're not that we not that older than like the kids that you do. Sometimes people just be way older and they don't relate and don't understand the struggles you face with because they so far removed from the area or the neighborhood or the street.
For sure.
Yeah. We dealing with just to tackle on to that conversation. We in a day and age now where like, you know, men, they feel like it's like a negative thing to seek help. You know what I mean? To get some guidance, some advice. Like, I got it on my own. I'm soft. Like, I mean, like it's so many different negative looks on just being able to go seek help. You know what I mean? So, but even with like financial help, bro, like I ain't learned none of that in high school. Yeah, I ain't learned none of that in college. Like none of those things set me up to be the man I am today. Like I kind of like had to figure that stuff out. I'm not gonna say when it's too late, but like, you know what I mean, like you feel me? So I definitely, want to give you your flowers for that, man. Just being able to, tackle on those things,
that,
man.
Yeah, that's like to piggyback off that, like to talk to another. I think we monetize our pride and our self-esteem is so based on our monetary value. So it's like to tell another man that you broke or you trying to figure out how to, take, rob Peter to pay Paul and stuff like that. I think financial coaching is a great avenue to just teach people like how to do things. Like, I think what you saying, having a store and stuff like that, that's something that people didn't think it was, like me at my big age think it was like, that's not feasible. Like we not open to those avenues. Yeah. Like,
It's crazy that you say that because before I opened my store, so the way the store even came about, I used to print shirts. We had the VSF thing popping, like it was popping. So I used to print the shirts. Everybody, yo, Rich, I need 2 shirts. Yo, Rich, so I'm doing it in the back room of my mom daycare. This is where I'm living at the time. I had property, but I was living at the back room of mom daycare. So I'm printing my shirts back there, bang. So I go to the Asians on 5th Street one day, and I'm in there, and I see so much money coming in their door. I said, I got to get some of this money. So I looked over the counter, looked at the machine they got. It cost a few thousand. I grabbed that same machine. I said, Mom, look, I'm about to open the store. She's like, no, Richard, don't do that. That ain't gonna work. I said, look, Mom, I understand that you're scared. I ain't scared. What's the worst that can happen? Is it gonna work or it ain't gonna work?
Yeah, for sure.
Open the store. When I say that thing was like a drug block when it first opened, like
for real.
Every day for the first couple years was like, it was flooded.
Yeah.
And man, it was great.
They always tell you that the black dollar leaves the community faster than any other community. And, like with things like that, like, you see the Spanish get the corner stores and they all tell each other how to get the corner store. What do you think? And I'm just asking you this question, like, what do you think is the biggest problem with blacks, like far as like helping each other? Like we find that we get the recipe. Yeah, exactly.
We
like,
don't like each other. And it's sad.
It's unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
It's sad. Like we really will kill for one another, but won't do nothing else for each other.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We don't like one another. I pray that we can fix it one day. I pray that we can.
They don't realize that if we are able to stand together, how powerful we would be.
Strength is in the numbers always.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Peep this. You know how they be when things be happening and everybody start looting?
Exactly.
You can see the power when everybody be getting together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if they use that same power to do anything else, it'll be crazy.
Yeah.
And it's sad that they
He's
don't
ready to snap
realize
over them snap benefits.
Right. But we only come together about negativity.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
It'll change one day, man.
We definitely want to this is not gonna be the last time we see you. Want to do more work because we try and do more things in the community, and also practice what we preach in here with young kids. And we had a couple other rock guests on here, like we had Rock on here, just mentoring people and giving people a positive space to just, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not go the route that everybody else go. We appreciate you for telling your story.
Absolutely.
Coming up here, kicking with us. Once you come up, you always a part of the family.
Absolutely.
Give them your handles and stuff. Anybody want to reach out or
let me know all your socials and stuff.
If you want to find me, it's Richard McKoy. I think it's an underscore on Instagram, TikTok, Richard McKoy, Facebook, Richard McKoy, music, Richie Rolex. My website, richardmckoy.com. On there is if you want any of the mentorship things we offer is on there. If you want merch is on there. If you want ministry is on there. We can read the Bible together if you want.
Tap in.
Anything you need is on there. Richard McKoy. I also I'm about to put together an event. You just reminded me of it when you was talking about the therapy and all that. I'm putting together an event to introduce a lot of the young black men to therapy. I'm trying to get a therapist to just come, give them a free session just so they can start to get their feet wet and be comfortable with doing it. Because I know how important it is. I did therapy myself. I'm going to continue to do therapy myself. It's very important because we've been through a lot of trauma. Majority of black men been through a whole lot of trauma since child.
Absolutely.
Let us know anything we could do, man. We'll pop out.
Could we get a date and a location and time on that? You got that yet?
Not yet. I don't got that yet.
Yeah, we definitely do.
For sure.
You know, we've been slowing down, but we do events, and on our events we try to have some type of positive space. Like we had the guy come out trying to help men get their kids like back and stuff like that, and you know, getting off their child support all situated so they can see their kids and stuff like that. And therapy is a big thing that we want to preach. And I think the biggest hurdle with men is like they can't get to the therapist. They don't know how to call it back of the card, or it's too much of a hurdle to get from point A to point B. And I think that's what stopped a lot of people from going and stuff like that. So for sure, like once you get all the details, let us know. We'll put it on the page and all that and see whatever we could do.
And you mentioned merch, that hoodie fire. That's yours.
I just dropped the EP not too long ago. It's one of the pieces.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Sure, that don't fly right there. I've been looking at it.
We need some stuff like that say dip on it. Yeah, for sure. We definitely go do some work.
The EP is called on the Lord. There's 7 tracks on there. When I tell you that joint fire.
Yeah,
so if y'all ain't listen to it, tap in. I would love to hear y'all feedback. That joint all that.
My uncle, he listen to like gospel and like Christian rap and stuff like that. I definitely gotta put him on. Like you hop in his wheel, you don't touch the radio. It's AM to PM.
Like growing up, I couldn't stand gospel. Like it was so annoying. But it's like once you get a relationship with God, now I understand what everybody was on. I understand why all the old people, he need Jesus. I understand what they talking about now. Like
for sure.
My little brother hopped out the car. He like, you know, Uncle Ma only listen to that. Like, I'm like, He like, that's it. For sure.
So that's my whole thing with this EP I just dropped. I wanted it to be for the people that's like me from the streets that can't really relate to regular gospel. So it's kind of packaged it sounds like what y'all listen to every day.
Right.
But if you really listen, there's a message in that joint.
That's major.
Oh, okay.
And that was the whole purpose of this one.
That's major.
Well, shout out to you, man. We appreciate you for coming up. Shout out to Rich, man. But
appreciate y'all.
You know what it is. As long as you're in progress, you're not failing. Sit there.
Signing out.